So we have a few more results here. It is official in the Senate race of Utah. Mitt Romney has won the race and will be Utah's new senator. And you know what, kids? If you wanted a story to inspire you, this is it, all right? Because look at Mitt Romney. The guy was a governor, ran for president, lost, and he could have disappeared off into the woods. But no, he didn't. He fought, right? And he came back, and now he's a senator. You understand that this guy had nothing when he started out. All he had was a dad who was governor and $500 million. And look at him today. I also like how he failed at president, and now he's just like combining all the other jobs to try and get president. He's like, okay, running the Olympics and senator and governor. That's president, right? That's president? No, it's not, Mitt, but congratulations to you. We're joined by our special guest tonight, Jamil Smith, everybody. Please welcome him. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
This is one of the craziest nights in America when all the results are flying in. Everybody's trying to predict everything. Do you think, judging by what we've seen so far, that this was a good night for America, or is it it's too soon to call?
Well, it was definitely America, that's for sure. We saw in Florida, unfortunately, it looks like Andrew Gillum has conceded that governor's race to Ron DeSantis, and that is, something I think, frankly, we've seen a discomfort with black leadership. Even though we've had 8 years of a black president, but there are a lot of folks that are still not ready for black folks to run things.
But is it fair to say that, though? Because, I mean, like, it's what? That was 49 to 50. I think that's, what, 50,000 votes that seperated them?
Well, and it's funny because...
Of what, 8 million?
And Amendment 4 passed in Florida tonight, which gives the right, the voting rights back to 1.6 million people who have, been formerly incarcerated.
Right.
So, suffice to say, that could have made the difference.
It really is an interesting, race to watch. All the midterms are, because a lot of people said that this was an interesting midterm because it wasn't about the candidates.
Right.
People said this is about Trump or not Trump. Do you think that's what it was, and do you think that was decided tonight?
I think that certainly the House victory for the Democrats repudiates Trump in a big way. That about 9% of the margin for the popular vote, which means that that's almost that's a lot of people in this country who've said no to Trump. Independents abandon Trump.
Right.
So it is a repudiation of Trump in that respect. But then you see the governor's races in Georgia. Right now it's still pending. Kemp is leading. And in Florida and in some other states, you see Hawley winning over McCaskill in Missouri. Right. So I think that what you've seen is that you've seen a repudiation of Trump, but you've seen that Trumpism works.
Oh, Trumpism works, but not Trump. Now, let's go back to the Stacey Abrams race.
Yeah.
You said it's too close to call right now, and it looks like Kemp is winning. It's a very strange race for me because, I mean, the person who's meant to be monitoring the race is running in the race.
Right.
And you also have a situation where it feels like people don't have a trust in the voting system right now in Georgia. The stories that we were coming up online, people are saying, like, how is this happening? And then most importantly, for many, the polls. Mm-hmm. The polls had Stacey Abrams winning, and it doesn't seem like that's happening. When does the news stop reporting the polls to people? When does that just go out of the window?
Honestly, I mean, a lot of us in the news don't pay attention to the polls because, look at what happened in 2016. You had people overestimating, the support for Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Granted, she won by more than 3 million votes nationwide, but national polls didn't really matter. It mattered about what happened in those states. And you see the same kind of thing playing out tonight. And I think what we need to understand is that there are other dynamics at play here. There's something called the Bradley effect, where a lot of people say they're going to vote, say, for a black candidate, and then they get inside that polling place, they get into that ballot, and they're like, I don't know if I can pull the lever for the black guy.
Right.
And so, fortunately, I think that we've seen a lot of that in this election, and I don't know if that's the only reason why Abrams is down and Gillum lost, but I think that it certainly contributes to it. I think a lot of folks don't, understand how race and racism play in this country.
I know it's too soon to say for certain, but the Democrats have the House. Does this mean that America is starting to veer toward a different course? Does this mean that Democrats can begin a fight back? Does this let Republicans reassess what their message is with Trump?
I think it means that this is the beginning of the fight, frankly. I mean, you have its Democratic House can now subpoena pretty much anyone they want. They can start the investigations. They can basically do what Congress is supposed to do, which is to put a check on the president. And while he's still going to have the Senate to appoint his judges and whatnot, his legislative agenda is essentially dead. And so